Hello, welcome back. This is video 12 in the case of Larry Millete, who's accused of murdering his wife. This one is taking place in San Diego. Forgive me, I'm in a hotel room, which is why there's weird background and weird lighting, and I'm drinking this type of coffee instead of crappy hotel coffee. So it's already been a morning, and you can tell I'm suffering from humidity. I'm from Atlanta. I don't know how I could possibly go any place where there's more humidity, but yeah, welcome to fucking Houston. Anyway, this covers yesterday's day in trial. So that was the 8th day of the trial. This is what happened on Monday, June 1st. Taking the stand is the primary investigator, a gentleman named Jesse Vincente. Jesse Vincente at the time was with the Chula Vista Police Department, but he is now with the San Diego County DA's office as their investigator. Vincente's on the stand for the entire day, and his role is to walk us through all of the different surveillance cameras and information that they have from every place in the neighborhood. And again, this is their home was located in the San Miguel Ranch neighborhood, all on the same street where they live, which is Paseo Legatos Street. These are some of the various cameras that were on that street. So for starters, at 4:45 p.m. on Thursday, January 7th, there is video of Maya returning home. This is when she had gone to wash the car, and she had the kids with her. So she took the kids, she went to wash the car. She comes back in the home. That is the last time anybody sees Maya on any of their cameras. This is new. I did not know this one. At 5:12, there is surveillance of a tutor arriving at the home. This is the kid's tutor. The tutor shows up at 5:12. The tutor then leaves at 6:15. It's unclear right now as to where the tutor is on the witness list and will be taking the stand or not. I would just ask the one question. Was Larry home at the time? Because remember, Larry was playing hooky from work, and I'm curious if he was home. And if he was home, why would Maya take the kids to the car wash with her? Why wouldn't she leave the kids home at Larry? There's so many questions. I would want the tutor to take the stand. And I'm going to show you this in a minute because this one they did play on the news, but there is a video. It's dark, but it's a video of Larry repositioning his vehicle. So he has a big black Lexus. We're all familiar with those. Very early in the morning before sunrise, it shows him repositioning his car, meaning he pulls out into the street and he backs the car up all the way kind of to the edge of the garage. So this happens at 5:59 a.m., then nothing, and then Larry is seen leaving the home at 6:45 a.m. Now, the prosecution alleges this is when he's loading Maya into the back part of the car, Maya's body, to take her someplace to dispose of her. That is what the prosecution contends. And Larry doesn't return for almost 12 hours. And the defense would say, what's the big deal? A lot of people reposition their cars in the driveway. This is a big deal, especially if they're loading something in. And remember, Larry did say he was going to the beach. So yeah, maybe he backed up to load beach stuff, blankets, cooler, umbrella, boogie boards, whatever, into the back of the car. Although many people have come on here and said it was January. Who takes a 4-year-old to the beach in January? I'm with you. I hear you. And my question would be, where's the surveillance of Larry returning? Because when he returns, does he also back in all the way up to the garage to unload whatever was in the back of that car that he took to the beach? That would be my question. Real quick, I'll show you this video.
Surveillance video showing what they call incriminating behavior by Larry in the early morning hours after Maya disappeared. Cameras captured Larry's repositioning the family's Lexus, backing up the trunk into his garage just before sunrise. That was at 5:59 a.m. on January 8th. About 45 minutes later, after daybreak, you can see Larry get back in the Lexus and then drive off, and he wouldn't come back home until 12 hours later, Alexis.
Now, real quick, while they need to put this in is because this establishes opportunity. See, you got to prove motive, which I feel like they did. Maya had made it very, very clear she was unhappy. She wanted to leave. She was having an affair. Larry was afraid of his marriage breaking up. He didn't want to lose Maya. If he couldn't have her, no one could have her. So that's what they've established as the motive for killing her. This is the opportunity. They're trying to show that by him not going to work and him taking the entire day off, him lying about where he was, both of their phones are turned off. This is his opportunity. There is also more surveillance video that comes from another neighbor's house. This one is the audio recordings that I spoke about earlier. So this one at 8:45 p.m., there is a single loud bang heard. That's it. Then at 10 p.m., series of 8 more loud bangs. So it sounds one right after the other. There are 8 loud bangs. This is at 10 p.m. at night. Now, the Chula Vista Police Department were unable to establish exactly what that was. They called in the FBI. The FBI wasn't exactly sure to say what it was. The prosecution is alleging these are gunshots. But the defense is, yeah, but even FBI couldn't say what they are, so we don't know. But Larry did own nearly 24 firearms, including several that were illegal. They didn't even have serial numbers on them. And I'm wondering why it is a mild-mannered optician needs guns with no serial numbers on them. That seems suspicious to me. Now, cross-examination got a little fiery because, see, the defense is alleging that the investigators never really looked into Jamie Laird. He's the guy that was Maya's affair partner. Now, I did not know this until yesterday as well, that they're co-workers. I knew that, but he's her subordinate. So let me just take a side note, PSA. Don't fuck your co-workers. Just stop. Just stop, especially the married ones. Whether you report to them, they report to you. Stop fucking your co-workers. No good can come of it. So anyway, the defense is wanting to know, why didn't you dig into this guy a little bit more? Because he could have had something to do with this. Of course, this causes the prosecution in rapid succession, like objection, objection, objection. All the objections are sustained. The judge has to tell the defense, we've talked about this, because this defense is not allowed to use a third-party culpability. For those of you who watched Karen Read with us, they were given permission to elude that it could be a third party. This judge did not let that happen in this case. This defense cannot try to blame somebody else. But the defense attorney, Leanne Sabatini, is like, Your Honor, I should be able to ask these police officers how much work they did to even just vet out his alibi. For those of you who missed this in a previous video, I think he had a pretty good alibi because his wife was pregnant and she had the baby on January 7th. I mean, to me, that's airtight. They're both at the hospital and she's giving birth. I'm not sure how you sneak out to go murder somebody. I'm just not. I feel like that's a pretty good alibi. But the defense just feels like maybe that wasn't well vetted enough, that he wasn't questioned enough, that nobody looked hard enough at him. There's a 20-minute sidebar and the judge says, sorry, you're not going to go down this line of questioning. So Vincente is supposed to return to the stand today to continue cross-examination. And since the judge has essentially ruled out most of that blame Jamie Laird defense, I'm not quite sure how the defense is going to attack it from here. Remember, this one's not televised, so I got to wait until tonight when they post all the stories, and then I'll be back tomorrow morning with some more information.